I did I've talked too many politics, but I did as an exercise today. It was a weird. I can't zoom in on these things. Come on,
what are you trying to zoom in on?
On a screen grabs that I took because I was like, my experiment today was I was like, I'm feeling so satisfied right now. I'm like not as phobic. Poland notwithstanding the world, I'm still scared about the world, but I'm feeling comfortable right now. I'm reading the news on the toilet because I like it when Trump's in a bad mood. It's funny and it makes me feel comfortable. I like an embattled government who's where everything's in gridlock and stuff, and it makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel like maybe I'll live to see my 60s, and when things are impossible to happen and the worst among us are so frustrated by that our true colors come out and actually people judge them for it. So I'm in a good mood lately about politics domestically, but it also then made me go, why are you such an elitist snob? What do you like now that you feel comfortable, why don't you think about other people? It was we're learning a lot about narcissism and stuff from studying the president, and I'm seeing a lot of myself in him and trying to use it as teachable moments where I'm that's a lot like me, the way he's reacting to that, or I'm better than that because of this, and maybe I can be even better than that by not judging it. And I was I became determined today to find inspiring Donald Trump quotes.
That's thirsty work.
Yeah, I was now that there's not this kind of rabid fear, this echo chambery kind of he's the worst and I refuse to accept that he's not the worst. It was just enough that I was what if I recreationally? What if I was I stepped into the shoes of a fan and I want to find him saying some cool stuff.
What if my only modifier was the word very?
But I can't. I didn't anticipate this. Oh, wait, okay. I double click it.
That was a very funny joke by a very funny guy. I'm the very funniest.
So I literally Googled Trump smart quotes.
Okay. Now I'm in. If the word very is in there, I get $100.
It was funny. The first thing that came up was there's a couple funny things that happened. Here's a quote: "It is a real honor and privilege to endorse Mitt Romney. Mitt is tough. He's smart. He's sharp. He's not going to allow bad things to continue to happen to this country we all love." That's the first one at the top of the thing. Okay. I'm that's not really very smart.
He loves himself some Mitt Romney.
And then the second quote was, "But I have to say, probably when I'm about 30, I'll be pretty, not settled, but happy with what I've accomplished so far. I'm happy where I am now." That's an Amy Smart quote. So that's how few smart quotes Donald Trump has. I Googled Trump smart quotes, got one quote from Trump about Mitt Romney that didn't involve dyslexia, and then the second thing down was someone named Smart saying something.
He's good fun, though.
But I did find some stuff where I was do you want to play a game that's
I love games.
You want to play a game called Did I save this quote because I thought it was dumb, gross, or reminded me too much of myself? I think those are the three categories. Trump quotes. Dumb, gross, or too close to home for me.
Spencer and I, the audience, get to guess on these, or
well, let's not give the audience any power.
Yeah, I like this.
They'll just
power not to the people.
We don't want to tell them, hey, so you either need to shout out dumb, gross, or this long sentence. That's good. Even they're not going to like that.
Our choices are dumb, gross, or
dumb, gross, or too close to home.
Too close to home.
Let's say that. Meaning, I saved it because I'm you know what? Be honest, Harmon. This sounds like something you'd say. Okay. That's why you don't like it.
So dumb, gross, or Harmon.
Yeah, dumb, gross, or Harmon. Thank you. Okay.
Here's our new segment: dumb, gross, or Harmon.
Dumb, gross. Okay, wait. Let's start. Can you start it over? Dumb. I didn't. That seemed like it was just in the middle of the.
Yeah.
Can you start it? Nah,
That's
see,
definitely in the middle.
You don't want me to succeed because
That's
you
not
get
funny.
paid to make up songs on the road, so you're afraid. You're afraid.
They're gonna hire Dan. They're gonna scoop Jeff.
You're afraid Drew Carey's going to take me to Florida next time. Dumb, gross, or Harmon? These are things our president said. All right, that's enough.
So these are Donald Trump quotes, and we have to judge whether they're dumb, gross, or Harmon.
Okay, yeah. I don't make deals for the money. I've got enough, much more than I'll ever need. I do it to do it.
Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon.
Now, gross.
Darn.
Because I do things for the money.
You get to vote too?
What?
You get to vote as well?
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell you why. I have the answer. You don't get to decide.
Well, what if we outvote you?
It's your opinion. You can tell me your opinion, but it won't be my opinion.
Majority rules.
What if we all say that sounds like a Harmon?
Well, then
we win.
you guys are
We get the
assholes. No,
point.
I mean, you guys can make your own decision.
But by applause, who votes dumb on that one? Who votes gross?
He just wants to hurt you.
Who votes Harmon? Okay, so that's a Harmon quote.
I don't think this is how the game works.
It is now.
That's fair.
Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game.
Gross.
Gross.
Yeah, I also thought that was gross. Here's a quote. I make money because I have to pay for everything apart from my school fees. My mother even makes me pay my own telephone bill.
What?
That's an
Dumb.
Ivana Trump
That's
quote.
just
Sorry.
dumb.
That's an Ivana Trump quote.
Okay.
From
okay.
when? The past?
As long as you're going to be thinking anyway, think big.
Dumb.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. Dumb. A little more moderation would be good. Of course, my life hasn't exactly been one of moderation.
Harmon.
Also, the Harmon category can also be kind of like, I'm like, you know, if he only said this stuff, like, he might be my guy. You know, because for better or for worse, I'd be like, because it would be minus the. Well, I'm not going to give you a key to solve the riddle, but this is one that I truly just don't understand, and this one I just screen grabbed because I was like, first of all, what the first thing the secretary types is the boss.
Hell yeah. That's fucking badass.
And I screen grabbed it because it's from
That's an alpha male.
It's from this website where you get quotes and they're like tag clouded. The tags for this quote are boss, first, secretary, thing, types.
Fair.
Yeah, sometimes you're looking for a quote. What? The first thing the secretary types is the boss? What does that mean?
The boss said, "Get me a taco bowl." Like the boss said.
So if I type you, I'm getting your taco bowl, or what?
The secretary takes notes of what you're saying, like by saying, like, "Oh, the boss is saying this." Maybe
The boss. Like he starts everything.
The boss. Really?
the secretary's taking notes of the conversation. That
First thing the secretary
yeah,
types
I don't
is
know.
the
I'm gonna go Harmon with that one.
Oh, wait, no. Maybe what that means is like the first thing the secretary types is the thing that decides the policy at the office or whatever.
It's the first thing that he dictates to he or she and says the boss wants this, the boss says that.
But isn't there kind of like behind every great boss is it like isn't that sort of like giving like isn't that sort of like
That's why
hint the secretary's really running the show, or am I don't know why you would say the first
I get
thing the
that
secretary
interpretation, yeah.
It almost seems like it's just like badly improvised porn dialogue.
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh, she came in and she typed me, if you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. That there's nothing even remotely phallic about typing. My dick's like a key.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing an idiot would say.
I have an attention span that's as long as it has to be.
Harmon.
I like that one,
Yeah.
One of the key problems today is that politics is such a disgrace, good people don't go into government.
Dumb.
Dumb and gross, but also I agree. I'm the Ernest Hemingway of 140 characters.
Harmon! That's a fucking...
I also saved that one because
That's a capital
this
Harmon.
joke's in poor taste, but the first thing I thought when I read that, I was like, well, let's hope that metaphor follows through.
Hey-o.
Here's one that's interesting. Some of these I just grabbed because I'm interesting. Because I'm interesting. Harmon. I'm like very, very interesting. I'm like the most interesting. Apparently he said at one point, who knows when, if I don't get along with Democrats, I'm sort of like out of business. Where's that guy?
That's neither
That sounds presidential.
That's neither dumb, gross, or Harmon.
I know. It sounds like a president, doesn't it?
It
sounds like a grassroots, like working class, like actual.
Yeah, it sounds like Calvin Coolidge.
Like Harry Truman, like desegregating the army. Why? Because he was so woke? No, because it saves money. Like all paths lead to Rome. You know, like that grassroots fucking Midwest capitalist. Like, let's stop hating each other because we can make more money.
See, now you're making it gross.
Gross away. I mean, that's part of Harmon and part of him. And it's like I just spent today like looking through these and I was like, what about the him that might have existed if someone hadn't like come to him and shown him Cambridge Analytica figures that said like, you know, if you wear a fucking figurative turquoise belt buckle out there and start getting a little like fucking race baity, like that's gonna take you up 10% in this district. Like, because obviously what we know about the guy is that he says all he wants is to be liked. I mean, it wasn't. I think he's as racist as everybody his age. And probably like. And that's really racist because racism doesn't age well. It's not even cool when it's freshly born. But it's like it really gets its ugliest right before you shake your cane into the tomb. And c'est la vie. That's why we don't tend to listen to old people's opinions about whether or not you should marry somebody or what you should do at your wedding. And like so it's like I think that the guy is just like. He was a Democrat, and then he was an independent, and then he was a Republican, and he's just like, oh, just want to win. And like somebody was like, you know, you should be racist, and he's like, that's easy. Just trying to be on his side. That's as best I can do.
Yeah.
What my father gave me more than anything else is great tutoring and a great brain, frankly. You know, my father's brother was a top person at MIT, went to MIT, graduated from MIT, was a teacher at MIT, a professor at MIT, a great engineer. I mean, you know, I have very good genes.
That was his father's brother.
Yeah.
He just, yeah.
I'm gonna go Harmon on that one.
No, just dumb, absolutely dumb. Like what you just told me, your uncle's smart and that you have good genes. Like you go to MIT.
No,
he went to MIT. So your genes didn't
Trump
go to MIT.
has the intellectual wattage of half a saltine cracker.
There's something that's dumb with a big whipped cream of gross on top, because underneath that he's revealing that he truly thinks that where you get into school is actually the ribbon that the pig gets at the state fair. It's like it's a ribbon for genetics. Really, actually, dangerously gross. Without even knowing it. People assume I'm a boiler ready to explode, but I actually have very low blood pressure, which is shocking to people.
Wait, that's Steven Tyler.
Well, I picked Alex. I was like, actually, that's so me. Like,
that sounds like an Aerosmith lyric song.
That seems like something I'd be like bragging about. Like, everybody thinks I throw tantrums. Like, you haven't seen me throw a tantrum. You know, the crazy thing is I'm fucking too low key. I'm too low key.
Read that one. Read that one again for me, because that's like a rock and roll lyric.
People assume I'm a boiler ready to explode, but I actually have very low blood pressure, which is shocking to people.
That's AC/DC.
I mean, that's a version of me that I really don't like about myself. I kind of like my version of that is like I'm more.
But it's shocking to me because I actually. It's like the worst AC/DC song.
I'm like a boiler. People assume I'm a boiler. And I'm ready to explode, but I'm not. I don't eat enough salt. No, but my pre-therapy self like really prides himself on like, oh, I'm very comfortable. Like I'm a very I had to recognize through therapy that a thing that I was doing to people that I like that I was like, if I perceived myself as being in a conflict with somebody or if I perceived someone as a threat to me or something, like I kind of like had this pride in the fact that I can withstand like, I can, the only way I characterize it is like an airlock. Like I'll step you over to where I know there's like noxious gases like coming out that are just like enough to make you turn green, but I've breathed them my whole life. Like I'm kind of like, what's wrong? You look like you're uncomfortable. You know, like I was really proud of that. Like for a while, I thought that made me Wolverine, and I don't like that guy anymore. And that's I think that's really what's behind that. He's like, yeah, I think everybody thinks I'm like a big maniac, but the truth is I'm fucking cool as a cucumber, and that's my secret. Like everybody else is like, let's get to them. It's like, no, everyone is letting you get to them. You're cool as a cucumber because so is a baby that's throwing its own shit. Like, yeah, of course you're not upset about it. Like you're already upset about your fucking pudding that you didn't get. So many people are on television that don't know me and they're like experts on me. That's me. I'm just bitching about like, I wouldn't mind a little bow. In Japan, they bow. I love it. Only thing I love about Japan.
Harmon.
That's so me. That's so me.
That's the Harmon.
Like I would think like, man, I can't wait for the Japanese to hear that podcast.
Because you don't like travel that much. You don't like Paris. You don't like Rome. You don't like.
And I would think like, I got that like that Dan-splaining thing. I'm like, here's the thing about like the Japanese will love this observation. Like, I love the bowing. It's the only thing I like. And then I would be like, why are they mad? Jimmy Carter used to walk off the airplane carrying his own luggage. Do you remember that? I don't want my president carrying. I want the freaking Marines to be carrying his luggage, and they want to carry his luggage.
Harmon.
No,
that's
dumb and
Harmon.
gross. Dumb and gross.
No, that's you. Like when you travel and you fly now, you hate the airline
You keep
so
calling
much.
the Marines in to carry your luggage.
I want to be treated like a human being. That's dumb and gross. What do you mean? You like Jimmy Carter less because he carried his own luggage? Dumb and gross. Like, what do you mean? That's fucking awesome. If John Wayne carried his own luggage and was president, you'd be sucking his dick. Fuck you. Like this idea that Jimmy Carter is a pariah because he like fuck. It's just I just like wait what I'm now learning from you that he carried his own luggage. Can I go back and vote for him when I'm 10? Poor fucking guy. All I knew about him was that he's a peanut farmer. Everyone just decided like to just rail on this guy. I bet he was the best president ever. Experience taught me a few things. One is to listen to your gut, no matter how good something sounds on paper. The second is that you're generally better off sticking with what you know. And the third is that sometimes your best investments are the ones you don't make.
Dumb.
Yeah, dumb. Like, what does that even mean? And that's probably ghostwriting. That sounds like it's from his book
nothing.
or something.
He talks. He talks in circles. It's fucking stupid.
It means that he bankrupted
this is the last
businesses.
one. Yeah, I think I was born with the drive for success because I have a certain gene.
Dumb, gross, and Harmon.
Nah, come on.
Racist.
I think,
Where do you put it?
Yeah, no, so gross. Like that's fucking like you're a Nazi. Like what do you mean? That's a fundamental. Now, in his defense, like the guy, he's talking nonstop. So who knows when he said that? Like,
yeah, exactly.
But his dad is in the KKK.
The people that like him because he represents the idea that gone are the days when poise is what makes the difference. A certain demographic has come to connect the dots of poise and diplomacy with the dots of elitism, and you're boxed out of the system because you're a grody person. So you're never gonna. It's like he's like a fire hose of garbage, and people are like, oh, that means that means I don't have to be ashamed of myself. Shame's a hell of a fucking thing to overcome. Like I bet it feels really good. Must be nice. Wish I could be a fucking idiot that all of a sudden wakes up one day, reads a fucking article, and decides they're proud of themselves. Jesus Christ, where do I buy that fucking drug? Fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $26 a bottle. It's
Hell yeah.
This show's brought to you by Kettle One
but my
Vodka.
doctor is awful. Is overprescribes regularly.